I know it's kind of late. I am going to work on this video tonight, so Thanksgiving morning you're going to have this video. So hopefully if you're not having your Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving and you're having it this weekend, you will have time to make this 3-layer pumpkin pie. We're going to start with the crust first. You need to turn your oven to 375, okay? And have 1 pack of graham crackers. We're going to crush this up nice and fine. 6 tablespoons of butter. And a 1/3 cup of sugar. And that's just for the crust. Now I will show you each step as I go. Once you've crushed up that pack of crackers, I crushed it up pretty well. Then you're going to melt 6 tablespoons of butter. And pour that in there. And then you're going to put a 1/3 cup of sugar in there. And then I'm just going to mix it up with my spoon here until it's all nice and coated and with the butter and the sugar, and the sugar starts to stick together. Crush it up with your spoon. For this, I'm using a springform pan because last time when I used a pie pan, the crust didn't turn out as how I wanted it. So the reason I'm using the springform pan is because I'm going to leave the crust only on the bottom of this pan. And I normally make cheesecakes in here, but you can make all kinds of cakes in here. So I'm going to pour this in the pan after it's nice and mixed. Press it down in there, in the bottom, nice and even. So once you get it in there nice and flat, you stick it in your 375-degree oven for 5 to 7 minutes, okay? For the pumpkin layer, the first layer in your 3-layer pie, I put a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and that's it on that. And then you need 1 egg, you need a can of condensed milk. We're going to use 3/4 of it, and a can of pumpkin. We're going to use 3/4 of that. So let's add all this stuff in there. Mix that all together until it's evenly mixed together. Until it's mixed together properly.
Mix it well.
Sometimes I'm tired, man. I can't speak correctly.
Use that whisk to be easier. Okay.
Whisk it together till it's mixed well mixed. All the same color. Okay, and then we're going to pour it into our crust. And you need to have your oven at 425 degrees. Spread that out over the crust, just shake it a little bit, and then stick it in your 425-degree oven for 15 minutes, I'm sorry. Stick in your 425-degree oven for 15 minutes, then you're going to take it out and turn your oven down to 300 something, to 350. Alright. Okay, so after it was in the oven for 15 minutes at 425 degrees, I'm going to put it back in the oven at 350 degrees for about 30 minutes. And you need to watch it because this pan's a little wider than a pan I usually use, so might be a little less than 30 minutes. We'll see. Okay? And then we'll start the next layer. Okay. I had somebody ask me on one of my other videos where I used heavy whipping cream to make a whipped topping for something, what it looked like. So this is what it looks like, okay? It may not be Prairie Farms, but it says heavy whipping cream, and that's what it looks like. Okay? My mom's going to show you how to make the whipped topping that is going to go in the second layer and the top, because she does it better than I do, so...
Okay, first you get the heavy whipping cream, 2 cups of it, and then put about 2 tablespoons of sugar. First whip the cream first and let it foamy, and then start adding sugar. We're going to mix this with a hand mixer on high until it turns into like cool yogurt. Okay, now that it's nice and thick and
it's got peaks in it when you pull it up.
Looking like Cool Whip now. So add a teaspoon of vanilla.
Done. Now I'll show you what we're going to use it for.
That's your homemade whipped topping.
Okay, so we're going to do the second layer now. You've let your pumpkin pie cool down a bit, and if I didn't say earlier, I cooked it for 20 minutes in that springform pan. That's a 9-inch springform pan. Or 9 3/4 or something like that, whatever. But so we're gonna do a cup of milk, cold milk, and then you're gonna take vanilla instant pudding, and mix that up. So it becomes pudding. Okay, and then we're going to add the rest of our
leftover pumpkin.
Mix that in there.
Looks yummy. Looks like pumpkin pudding.
Yeah, and if you can actually find the pumpkin spice pudding, you can use that instead of the vanilla pudding, which is why I'm adding pumpkin to it, because it needs to be pumpkin. And I couldn't find that particular pudding. It's seasonal, and none of the stores around here have it. And then you need a teaspoon of cinnamon, And the last part of this particular layer is a couple heaping spoonfuls of that lovely Cool Whip you just made. And obviously, if you don't want to make the Cool Whip, you can buy it from the store, one of the big containers. Mix that in there. And then once your bottom layer is cool enough, you just put this on top and spread it evenly on the top. Layer is that the rest of that whipped topping. And that's it. You put it in the fridge, and when you're ready to serve it, take it out. Serve.